And good morning. It's Thursday. Hope you're doing well. We had thunderstorms pass through the area yesterday. We'll talk a little bit about that this morning as well as we get this day underway. Right now, 75 as we wait for a high of 88 later on today. And you guessed it, we got showers this afternoon, mainly later, 2 to, say, 6 p.m. We'll do your weather forecast here in just a moment to get all that underway. How do you feel today? Oh, well, Odie's in. He got locked out, but he's still made it to work. We'll have a lot of fun. We want you to join us beginning at 7 o'clock this morning as we'll go through everything that's happening. You know what I didn't do, Odie? Yes, sir, Bob. We got to do it on the fly. We got to fix the preacher man's message here in just a second. We'll fix that. It's only one way to do it. It's when it starts. It is Thursday, as I said. It's been a blur. I had some technical difficulties, but we got all of that fixed. You never know what life's going to throw at you. We're doing good. No accidents that I'm aware of this morning. That is great news. We hope this is an example as to what has come today. Let's get things started here this morning as we get underway.
Listen to the strong wisdom from the Lord. Proverbs 11:14. Listen to the strong wisdom from the Lord. Proverbs 11:14 says, "Where there is no guidance, a people falls. But in an abundance of counselors, there is safety." Now, you and I, we have to make decisions all the time. But it's not wise to just depend on our own wisdom. We're prone to make mistakes. Where there's no guidance, a people falls. No, the wise person seeks counsel. In an abundance of counselors, there is safety. So when others counsel us, they see things we don't see. They give us thoughts we would have never come up with on our own. They provide experience that we haven't had yet. And for that reason, in an abundance of counselors, again, there is safety. And the bigger the decision, the more counsel we should seek. But we don't want just counsel, just any counsel, because not all counsel is good. No, we want wise counsel. So how do we help ensure that's what we're getting? Well, here are some helpful questions I found from an article called "What to Look For in Wise Counsel." Ask yourself these questions to help determine who you should seek counsel from. 1, do they know the Bible? 2, are they of strong godly character living out Scripture? 3, do they have a track record of making wise decisions? 4, do they help you orient your life around God's story? 5, are they willing to help you face and deal with sin and not excuse it? 6, do they remind you of God's gospel power for hope and change? I believe these are some good questions to help you determine whom to seek counsel from. Remember, in an abundance of counselors, there is safety. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. And welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray. How are you? That's what's most important today. Hopefully in a good mood, you got a smile to face others. It works out better that way. I think we actually had the right one in. Had a knee jerk. As we look at headlines across America and the world, we'll start at Italy. How many times have we brought this up of activists? You get it in their head that their cause is greater than anyone else's cause, and, well, they want to bring attention to it. So to do that, they have to go destroy other things. Sort of had activists poured red paint down Rome's Spanish steps to show violence against women. You don't do another wrong to bring attention to what you think is wrong. It's just bad. Why do you do that? I'm tired of it. I think it boils down to where people are not truly being prosecuted for what they do. They've been there cleaning up since then. Ordinarily, we see this to where it's flip-flopped on this. Somebody's getting out of jail because DNA came up and proves they're innocent. Here's one from 1990 to where the DNA done just the opposite. Someone's headed to jail for a crime that they committed in 1990 at Linksome. He murdered and raped a woman. He's headed to a nearby jail. Well deserved after all this time. I think he's 55 now. This is what almost, and don't take me wrong by this, of how I say this, of when there's a warning, something going wrong, you can see someone running down. This was a beach is where I'm going with this. A storm was coming, and the guy was yelling at everybody on the beach, get back, here it comes. He was struck by lightning and killed. New Jersey is where that happened. Wow. I guess it's when it's your time as we look at that. And again, we brought this up, and the more this investigates, as a mother's accused of killing her two toddlers. One is 1 year old, and the other is, I think, 3 years old. That's how it is. Lakewood, New Jersey, as they investigate, they were drowned and one stabbed. And that's what makes it so close to our area. Nody, didn't you tell me that we got the funeral that young fellow this Friday?
Visitation, I believe, is from 11 to 12.
11 to 12:30 visitation. Barham?
At Barham on 39.
Barham 39, that young man.
12:30 is the funeral.
12:30 is the beginning of the funeral, so if you want to go pay your respects in our area to what happened, again, that's Friday, coming up at Barham Funeral Home, Highway 39. Wow. I guess sometimes I don't always know these guys. Ex-Honduran president is being sentenced. He was helping smuggle drugs into the United States. He gets 45 years. Take it he got a lot of kickbacks for helping out with that. Amazon's starting something new, and we always see this to where they have these cheaper products out here. They're starting a new line, a discount store on Amazon to fend off those who sell things cheaper. They plan on crushing the competition is what they're after there. I don't understand this at all. Years ago when Giuliani was mayor of New York, crime was down because, well, they did their job to where if they pulled into a neighborhood, somebody looked suspicious, they went over and detained them and asked them what they were doing. Give me your driver's license, let me find out who you are. Then they started passing laws that, well, detained them from doing that because it looked like you were targeting someone. The U.S. government, why I bring that up, U.S. government, if you are crossing the border and you were detained, I wouldn't think there's a problem with that, would you?
Hope not.
Well, the way it works out here is part of the family was a U.S. citizen, part of the family was not. They were crossing the border. They detained to use. They got them an attorney and they sued the U.S. The U.S. government's going to pay them $1 million for being detained. Now,
Probably the only country that
I don't. You have to, when you see someone crossing the border, that is the right thing to do. $1 million, I mean, come on. It's going to get to where there's no money left for anything. There truly is. We are paying out things that just unnecessary. It rattles me to no end when I see things like that. Good morning, Rhonda. How are you doing there? Glad to see you there. We are seeing that, and I'm glad they're doing this as we see the jury recommended a death penalty for an ex-prison guard. He killed 5 at a Florida bank. Glad they're moving forward with that. Let's see what else is happening this. The debate is coming. That's tonight, is it not?
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all be ready for that debate. It's coming up. Expected to be watched by millions. Hope you're a part of it. I'm going to watch it. I have to watch this to see what happens. I don't normally watch a lot of debates and things, but this is a big one. It happens tonight. We'll report to you as it comes about there. We're going to check your forecast next as we get underway this morning.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we get the day started, we go back to see those record highs and record lows. 1988. Anybody remember it being 104 degrees back then? Okay, I guess that is starting to be a while ago, isn't it? 30. Oh, my heavens, how time flies. 1974, we were cool today with a record low of 55 set on this date back in 74. As we look at today's high, here it is, 88 to 89, the best we'll see. Columbus Air Force Base hovering at that 88-degree mark. Down the river about the same and ending at 87 in Natchez as you head on down toward the Gulf in those areas. Alabama, almost the same as Mississippi, 88, 89. Even over to Birmingham, Selma at 89. So we'll just call it a 88 to 89 day. How about that? Here we are. The heat, it returns tomorrow as we look at these record highs with heat stress. Tomorrow, I expect this to get somewhere between 106 and 110 on the heat index side. Again, those days that you don't want to be outside from 10 until 6. Those are the bad times. Work early or work late. It will sneak up on you. Heat exhaustion can grab you and have a heat stroke and, well, could be permanently damaged. It's not something to play with. Make sure you understand what's going on. Now, this is the outlook. Hot and hotter and hotter as we look at the deep south there. The 7-day forecast as we pull this up comes up to be somewhere around 88 today. As we look at tomorrow, 90%, a high of 90. Now we got a 70% chance of rain this afternoon, and that will generally fall between the hours of 2 and 6 p.m. Again, tomorrow, decreasing to a 50% chance of rain. By Saturday, we're down to a 40 and a 50% chance on Sunday. So rain chances in the afternoon each day, but look at those highs, 93, 96. It's going to be warm as we welcome summertime, but man, the heat index we could live without. If we go all the way through July 11th, that's wrong at the top, you'll be seeing that we've got 96 to 98 basically all the way through that with a slight chance of thunderstorms all the way through there. Nothing big, nothing major, but we are watching that. Now, as we look at that fishing forecast for today, it began at 5:45 this morning. Perfect timing there. It's good till almost 8 o'clock today. So if you're already on the creek bank watching, well, you're having a good time there on the pond dam, however you want to word that. This afternoon, right at 6 at dark, this is kind of the perfect time after work and cooler. Rain should be ending pretty close to that through 8 o'clock. Good fishing there. Calm wind becoming north around 5 miles an hour in the afternoon. So we got a good one there as it comes about with fishing. Chances of rain, don't forget that. Now let's look at this. This is what is out from the National Hurricane Center. This is a 20% chance of this becoming something that would affect Mexico. We're watching this storm that is developed off of Africa, and it's a 70% chance of this becoming something now. Where will it go after it hits the Gulf? We're unsure. We'll start tracking this and watching this. It's getting pretty high chances of becoming a storm with the National Hurricane Center. We don't need anything, do we? Let's go to radar this morning and make sure everything's okay as we pull that up this morning. Here we are. Nothing really occurring in Mississippi other than a shower or two down around Biloxi as we go here. We got some out in the Gulf, and we've got some showers there on 67. But as we go over to Mobile, kind of wet as you're headed to that tunnel. Be careful. Robertsdale, I think Odie's been there once or twice in his life. Foley, Alabama, getting some showers this morning as well. So those are the areas in Panama City, Florida. If you're down there on vacation today, you're getting wet right now. Expect that. Big show coming up. Hope you'll join us. I see Greg has rolled in. Oh, a stranger I hadn't seen in quite a while will be on the show this morning. Odie is back as well. We got all that coming up here in just a little bit. Hope you'll join us. We get underway each day at 7 o'clock. All your local headlines. We'll be here. Will you? Make sure to do that. We'll tell you everything that's gone on over the last 24 hours. Good stuff, bad stuff. We tell it just how it is. It happens here at the Scotty Ray Report. We'll see you in just a moment.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.